Okay, so this is how to use your TI-30xa calculator, okay? Oftentimes we use our calculator for the small operations that we just can't do in our head, but sometimes we have to use our calculator to do things like fractions and decimals. So if you're not familiar with it, your decimal point is here. So if I were typing 2.3, I would hit 2.3. And this is how you would type a decimal into your calculator. If I'm typing a negative number, like -9, I would first hit 9, and then I would hit this button down here. See the positive to negative arrows? We're gonna hit that, and it's gonna change it to negative. If I hit it on accident, I can hit it again, and change this back to positive, okay? Also, on your calculator, you can type fractions. So some things my 7th graders hate doing is adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing fractions. They do not like it. So when we use our calculators, this is a very helpful tool for students who struggle with operations and fractions. If I were adding something like 1/2 plus 5/8, let's say, 1/2, I can hit my 1, this ABC function, and then hit 2. And then if I'm going to add, I of course hit plus. And then I'm going to type 5/8, 5 ABC 8. You're going to see this little backwards L shape. That is a fraction bar on the calculator. Okay, and then hit equals, and I get my answer. Now, take a look at this number. Here we have a 1 as our whole, and then a dash telling us that we are going over to our fraction that sits next to the whole. This is a mixed number, 1 and 1/8. So 1 is my whole number, 1/8 is my fraction. So if I were to write this number out, it would look like this, 1 and 1/8. Okay, so this was 1/2 plus 5/8 here. Okay, so 1/2 plus 5/8 is equal to 1 and 1/8. Okay. Let's see, what else can we do? Oh, I can change a fraction to a decimal or a decimal to a fraction. Let's start with a decimal to a fraction. So if I have 0.875 and I want to change this to a fraction, I can hit this green second button. After I hit the green second button, then I can hit this back arrow down here. Do you see where it says F and then an arrow to D? This means fraction to decimal and decimal to fraction. So if I hit this button, I get the fraction version of 0.875. Now, if I want to change it back to a decimal, I just hit second and that back arrow, back to a decimal. It's another great tool. What's another one I could show you? Oh, yeah. So let's start with the improper fraction. So I have 12 and then ABC 5. 12 over 5 is an improper fraction because my numerator is bigger than my denominator. Let's say I want to change this to a mixed number. I can take the second button, and then I'm going to hit my fraction button, and it changes to a mixed number. Let's say I want to change my mixed number into an improper fraction. I can hit the second button, and I can hit the fraction button. So a reason I'd maybe want to change a mixed number into an improper fraction would be that it's easier to add and subtract when we're looking at improper fractions. So if I have 2 2/5 minus, let's just say 1/3. Okay, it's a lot easier to subtract these two fractions if this mixed number was changed to 12 over 5. So then if I have 12 over 5 minus 1/3, then I can start changing my denominators and subtracting my numerator. Whereas if I have a mixed number, it's just a little bit difficult to visually subtract those two things. Now, if you're using your calculator and you want to solve this problem, 2 2/5, you would type 2 ABC, 2 ABC 5. This is 2 2/5. Remember that backwards L is my fraction. This dash tells me that it's separating the whole from the fraction. Okay, so 2 2/5. And then I'm subtracting 1/3, 1 ABC3 is 1/3 equals, and I have 2 and 1/15. So that's what that equals. All right, that is the basic functions within the TI-30xa. Oh,